Composers, you've done it. You've made it to lesson 12 of the Marketing for Composers class. This is the last lesson, and it's about taking action. Done is better than perfect. As Seth Godin says, you need to ship your art. Just get it done. You need to get started, and don't wait until the plan or your music is perfect. As soon as you have your 90-day plan set, get started, because done is better than perfect. You can always come back and reiterate, change, refine, and improve. But if you wait, you could be waiting forever. Many people don't get their projects off the ground. They don't reach their goals because they're waiting for it to be perfect. Don't wait, just get started. Start right now identifying your audience and what their needs and desires are. Start right now speaking to people and building your network and learning your audience's language. Start right now crafting your niche and figuring out how you can serve your audience to provide value to them and meet their needs and desires. Fear is the enemy, and what you fear and what's bringing up the biggest obstacles in your life right now are the things that you need to lean into and push through. One thing to keep in mind is that you're playing a long game when you're marketing your music. I would love it if you saw instant success, but the reality is that it might take quite a while for you to gain traction, but you're heading in the right way. Our field of music does not move quickly, especially in the concert world. Be realistic, but be hopeful, because if you're following these steps, you're going to know how to get your music in front of the people who want it. The classical and concert world is huge, and it's varied, and it's wide, and things are growing and changing all the time. There is an audience out there for your music. You need to find that audience and start talking to that audience and showing the audience what you're doing. Believe that you can accomplish your marketing goals. You have to have faith that you can do this. You have invested in this course. You have spent time doing all this thinking. Don't just be hopeful. Move from hoping into wishing, and beyond that, even into believing. Go forth with the attitude that you can get your audience invested in what you are doing, and you can provide value to them, and you can serve them. And together, you're going to make wonderful music through collaboration, commissions, and performances. You can do this. Now, as you go forward and you keep working on your plan, you need to manage your time well, because time is a non-renewable resource, and it's more valuable than money. You can't buy more time. Commit to spending several hours a week on marketing your course. It would be great if you were to commit 5 to 6 hours a week of accomplishing the goals in your marketing plan and putting your music out there and networking and finding your audience and going to concerts and conferences or whatever. But the key is to be consistent and to do the work. Set aside the time required. Don't waste time. Turn off your TV, turn off your Netflix, and turn off your Hulu, turn off your Facebook. Go onto Facebook with a very specific goal and a specific time frame. For instance, you can say, I'm just going to check my messages and I'm going to make a post about my music to my audience. And then you're going to get off. Facebook is a wonderful black hole that you might wake up 45 minutes later and realize that you haven't accomplished your tasks or action steps for the day. So limit your social media. Use it as a tool and a resource to help you achieve your goals, and then get off. I have asked several people who have been on the podcast how they divide their time between the creative work of composing and the business work of marketing, and most often the split is 50-50. In the least, 20% of your time should be devoted to marketing your music. Ultimately, what you want to be doing is writing and creating your music. Divide your time between the writing, creating, and the marketing and business side. And what will happen if you do this is the marketing will generate the interest and the income and the revenue to support the writing, which is, I think, our ultimate goal as composers. Many of us, myself included, don't want to have to do the business side of this. I would rather just create. If I didn't spend any time on the business side and I'm just creating, then this is a hobby. I would be creating music, and it could be incredibly well-crafted, fine-tailored melodies, great orchestrations, and everything. But if no one hears it, if no one knows about it, I can't serve my audience, and I'm not really marketing my music. And even more practically, I can't support my family doing that. I can't contribute to the world in the way that I want to contribute. And I think you want to contribute too, so that when it gets to the end of your life and you are done writing music, that question can be answered. Will people miss the value you bring to their lives in your music? You do have to invest in the marketing side. You have to spend the time and the energy to make it happen. Jim Rohn says, "Don't mistake movement for achievement. It's easy to get faked out by being busy. The question is, busy doing what? Be focused on your goal and following those action steps. Don't become busy for busy's sake." Again from Al Rees and Jack Trout. History teaches that the only thing that works in marketing is the single bold stroke. Find your audience, find your niche, and boldly put your music in front of them. Take massive action. One more quote. Seth Godin says, "The only purpose of starting is to finish. And while the projects we do are never really finished, they must ship. Shipping means hitting the publish button on your blog, showing a presentation to the sales team, answering the phone, selling the muffins, sending out your references. And I would add 2 more things. Finishing the piece you're working on and marketing it hard." I've been working with the composer for the last several months, and what this composer is doing is absolutely incredible. This composer has found his audience. This composer has learned their language and is starting to talk to them. He's put together incredible print and online catalogs, and now he's going through the process of getting that music in the distribution channels so it gets in front of those people. He has been bold and is taking massive action. He's also currently working on developing a deep catalog, and this is so important. He is doing the action. He believes it is going to work, and it is going to work for him because he's doing it right. To recap Lesson 12, done is better than perfect. Get your action plan together and start doing it. Get to the end of your 90 days and you can revise as needed, but done is better than perfect. Take action today. Do not wait. And believe you can do it. Composers, I am proud of you. You've gotten through these lessons. You've done a lot of heavy thinking about your audience and yourself. You have done this work and you're going to see the fruits of your labor. I have absolute faith in that. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you meet your goals as a composer. Find your audience and speak to them about your music and you will see success. Congratulations on finishing this course.